Okay. Here. This pallet should do for now. At least it's warm in here. She must be freezing after the lake, the embalming room, and then those stupid pits. Although I suppose I can't be too upset at the assistants. I would have loved to see their faces when she took a breath. It would have been amusing, to say the least. In any case, back to you, child. You're still unconscious. Your skin is the color of a purple sunset. Your fingertips. They're so soft. Human skin is soft. I remember now. A far cry from the humans I'm used to working with. But they lack many of your other charms as well. Now let's see. First, your rags must go. If you are to be cleaned, I can't have the sturdy cloth in the way. At least this is something I know I can do correctly. This part, as long as you stay unconscious, should be the easiest. There. Throw those in the fire. And... oh my. Child. Your body is riddled with bruises. And scars. At this age? How cruel have the powerful become in the upper lands to treat a young one such as yourself so harshly? This upsets me. Although I suppose there's nothing to be done for it except help you to heal in the ways I know how. First, let's wash you off and get past the dirt and the dust. Let's see. I want to see your face without all the extra mud. So that is where I will start. Lightly, carefully. I had forgotten how fragile human skin and bone can be when it's still living. Normally I deal with the dead. They don't move much like you, but they are not pleasing to the eyes, nor are they soft like you. Your face is very nice. For a slave girl, anyway. Your master must have been wealthy. He was rich enough to afford slaves with unbroken faces and kept them that way. The rest of you, however... What in the name of the gods is behind your ear? A brand? You've been branded. With a name. Although surely it is the name of your master, as you're not permitted a name, are you? This must have been very painful, although the scar is old. You were branded at birth. You've known no other life than that of a slave. Let me take a closer look at this. Why can't I read it? It's not marred, and the dirt is gone, yet I cannot read this name. Why? It is not the language of the humans I knew when I was in the upper lands, although it looks very similar. Good gods, I'm such a fool. Just because the language in our realms does not change, it doesn't mean the language in the upper lands hasn't progressed somewhat. At least changed to a certain degree. We speak the root language of the gods. We always have. But human words are different. They evolve with time. And it's been hundreds of years since I've spoken to another human. Is this why you do not speak? You don't understand me? This is indeed a possibility. But until you wake, there's not much I can do to remedy the subject, is there? Now for your hair. It is quite long for a slave. What is left of it, anyway. Ugh. Just how much mud did you manage to roll in from the lake to the pit? Long hair is a luxury among slaves, even with half of your head shaved. If your master was of lower class, they would have shaved it all, as they wouldn't have had the means to treat you if you were to get lice or any type of condition. There. Now your hair is somewhat clean. Let me get to the rest of you. I hope you stay unconscious for this part, child. Washing a living being is going to be a new experience for me. Normally, I don't have to worry about bruises or injuries of any kind. The dead don't complain. They come to me already mummified, with all of their various jars to hold their internal workings. All except the heart, anyway. The heart is always left inside, to be placed upon the scales. But you, child, you will be in pain. You still hold all of what makes you live. I will try to be gentle, but it's been a long time since I've worked with living human skin. So soft. The more dirt I remove, the better I can smell you. You smell nostalgic. Like the humans I used to walk among in the upper lands, but different in a strange way. Your arms are so thin, and have so many bruises. So many colors. Yellow, purple, green. It's almost like you've been painted. But your color is coming back to your lips, and your face is starting to flush in the heat. So that's a good sign. Now I must turn you over, child, to wash your back and legs. Like I said before, I will try to be gentle. She made sounds. She can speak if she can make sounds. Good gods, don't let me break her. Shh. Child, I hear your pain. I regret having to move you, but it is necessary for my work. You do have a voice after all, at least. You can groan in pain, which means you can make words. I just have to figure out which words are the right ones. How I'm going to go about that, however, I'm not quite sure. Dear gods, your back is even worse. No wonder you couldn't stay completely silent, even being unconscious, and why you could not remain standing in the pit. You weren't afraid. You did not crumble from fear. It was from the pain. This must be very painful, child. Let me wash you, and then I will find healing oils to apply to your skin. I may have to make them myself, as healing is not a formal routine in this realm. However, being the divine embalmer, it shouldn't take too much effort. There, child. You are clean. Or as clean as you can be until you can wash yourself. Now for the oils. Let's see. A bit of this. And definitely this one. And... there it is. I'm going to rub this into your back for now, and your shoulders, and the back of your neck. You should be able to do the rest yourself once you're awake. Carefully. Damn claws. Maybe... Yes. If I use the back of my fingers, the claws are not an issue. Up and down. Shh. I know it hurts. I'm trying to be gentle. There. Done for now. Let me go and find you something appropriate to wear. And after that, we will go to my chambers where you can rest and eat, if you wish. My work is due to begin shortly, as Ra is rising in the sky as we speak. Although you are intriguing, I still have work to do here in the underworld. You'll have to remain in my chambers, away from the other assistants for now. They've seen reincarnated bodies wandering around, running this errand, or that at my bidding. However, you have a soul and life. They would know you are different, even if I were to try and disguise you. Whelp, where are you?
I am here, Lord Anubis. I am the sand beneath your feet. What is it you wish of me?
Find me something proper to clothe her in. She is clean and oiled, but she is fragile. She has many wounds. Make sure the attire is loose. Nothing too tight, or she will be in pain. All I have down here are wrappings and bandages for the dead.
Yes, Lord Anubis. Do you require anything else?
A nap would be nice, but there's work to be done, as there always is. Once I get her clothed into my chambers, I'll meet you and the other assistants in the embalming chamber for the daily rituals. However, at some point, I would like to have a word with the ferryman when he crosses next.
As you wish, Lord Anubis.
Well, while we're waiting, let me ponder a bit. That mark behind your ear is your master's mark. If it still shows signs of our language, then there are ways of communicating with you. I just have to find the proper technique. As I haven't spoken to another human in so long, the only thing I can think of is to catch up on any recent scrolls that I've come across with the unworthy. Those who do not pass the test of the scales, that is. But those scrolls are routinely burned, so there's no telling which ones will be relevant. I already have enough work, and now I have to study just to be able to talk to you. But it'll be worth it. To be able to speak to a human again. To learn what the upper lands are like now. Although, from what I've seen of you, I'm not exactly sure I want to know all of the details.
Lord Anubis, my king, here is the attire you requested. It is light and loose and should not cause her any extra discomfort.
Perfect. Help me get her into this. And watch those bruises. Those are where the pain comes from. Don't touch them if you can help it.
Lord Anubis, may I speak?
Yes, whelp, what is it?
What are bruises? Why are they different colors, and how are they made?
Human flesh is a living thing, whelp. I am a god, therefore I do not bruise or bleed. But do you see my scars? These are from my time among the upper lands. There was a time, many, many years ago, when I did bleed, when I did bruise, just like this human. Although it took a bit more to break my skin. However, if a living human is hit hard enough, and blood does draw on top of the skin, it pools underneath. That is what causes the bruise. It's basically a bleeding wound that never broke the surface of the skin. If you were to look at the bodies we send to the afterlife, without their wrappings and death mask, you would find bruises on nearly every one of them from some injury or another.
Ah, I see. Then why are they different colors?
Of that, I am unsure. I'm not a doctor. I would assume it has something to do with the healing process, as the lighter they get, the more they fade until they disappear.
I see, my lord. Thank you for answering my questions, as unworthy as I am. Is there anything else I can assist you with before morning rituals?
No. We will be fine from here. I will carry her to my chambers, where she should sleep through most of the working hours. And if she wakes, I will know. The Jackal's ears are very sharp, almost as sharp as my teeth. For now, she will rest, and I will check on her when I have time. Now go, and not a word of this to the assistants, or I will rip out that stub of a tongue of yours and proceed to beat you to death with it.
Yes, my king.
Now, to get you to my chambers. I'll have to carry you on my shoulder, child, or risk hurting your back even more. Gently, carefully. Your breathing is shallow. That's good. You are relaxed, and not in so much pain, I would like to hope. I could feel your ribs on my shoulder. A good meal is what you need, and water. But first, rest. You smell nice, child. Like nectar or honey. Sweet, soft, but so fragile. Like the petal of a flower. Just like a desert flower. Here we are. These are my chambers, child. You may rest on my mat for today while I'm working in the embalming room. There's food and water and a blanket in case you get chilled. I will come and check on you when there is available time, and when Ra is at his peak. Then I too will eat and drink. Now, down you go. There, laying on your stomach will be best for now. Sleep peacefully, my child, and heal. I will figure some things out while you recover your strength, and then perhaps we can have a real conversation. For now, I must be off to work. What? Did you speak? You were still unconscious. What did you say, child? Speak again. I'm listening now. I can hear you. She said my name. Anubis. She said Anubis. Thank you all so very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.